Modern cars rely on 70 to 100 sensors to protect the engine, yet industry data shows sensor faults cause nearly 40% of check engine lights. And when just one gets dirty, fuel economy can drop 10 to 20% while hidden engine wear quietly piles up. Most drivers replace expensive parts, but almost no one ever cleans the sensor that fails most often, even though it's simple and cheap to fix. If you want your engine to survive past 200,000 miles, keep watching because number 5 is the one mechanics never talk about. Let's dive in. Sensor 1. The engine bodyguard you never think about. This tiny microphone screwed into the engine block is the only thing standing between your pistons and silent engine death. The knock sensor bolts into the engine block or cylinder head and listens for detonation. A violent pressure spike that sounds like metallic pinging. Inside is a piezoelectric crystal that converts vibration into an electrical signal. The instant the ECU hears a knock, it retards ignition timing to protect the engine. But when oil seepage, corrosion, or baked-on grime contaminates the mounting surface, the sensor either misses real knock or reports fake knock. That means either silent piston and bearing damage, or the ECU permanently pulls timing, so the engine feels weak and lazy. I once cleaned and correctly torqued a filthy Subaru knock sensor, and the engine woke up like it had been asleep for years. Detonation can raise cylinder pressures by 20 to 30%, and long-term knock can destroy an engine in 10 to 20,000 miles, while the sensor itself costs only $200 to $600. Engine rebuild? $3,000 to $8,000. But even the best bodyguard can't save your engine if the oil pressure drops and the warning never comes. Sensor 2. The lying lifeline. That little red oil can on your dash only tells the truth if the pressure sensor isn't clogged with sludge. When dirty, it can lie while your engine is dying. The oil pressure sensor screws into an oil gallery and uses a diaphragm to convert pressure into a signal. But sludge, varnish, and metallic debris can block the sensor port, causing it to read perfect pressure, even when the crank and bearings are starving. I had a Chevy show a healthy dash reading, but a manual gauge revealed dangerously low pressure. The port was completely plugged. A dirty pressure sensor can also trigger false alarms, sending drivers to chase problems that don't exist. Bearings can be damaged in minutes without oil pressure, and an engine replacement can cost $4,000 to $12,000. Meanwhile, a sensor is usually $100 to $350, and sometimes careful cleaning restores accuracy. The real danger isn't the sensor failing. It's the sensor lying and silencing the only warning your engine has. And even if your oil is right, the ECU still needs to know exactly how hot the engine really is. Sensor 3. The brain's thermometer. When the computer doesn't know the true engine temperature, it makes cold start decisions on a fully warm engine. And that gets expensive fast. The ECT sensor threads into a coolant passage and uses a thermistor whose resistance changes with temperature. That single input controls fueling, ignition timing, idle speed, fan operation, and even transmission logic. But rust, scale, and sludge from neglected coolant coat the probe and distort the reading, tricking the ECU into thinking the engine is cold, so it runs rich all day. That extra fuel washes oil from the cylinder walls, wears piston rings, kills catalytic converters, and can slash fuel economy by 10 to 25%. I've seen engines idle rich for hours because the sensor insisted they were still warming up. A sensor costs around $120 to $300. A catalytic converter? $1,000 to $3,000. When the brain's thermometer lies, the whole engine pays the price, slowly, silently, and expensively. And speaking of fuel mixture, there's a sensor in the exhaust adjusting it thousands of times a minute. Sensor 4. The mixture referee. This tiny sensor fine-tunes every drop of fuel, until contamination slows it down and your engine starts burning money instead of gasoline. Mounted in the exhaust, the oxygen sensor measures the amount of oxygen remaining. It outputs a tiny 0.1 to 0.9 volt signal so the ECU can hold the mixture near 14.7 to 1. But oil burning, coolant leaks, silicone vapor, cheap fuel, and trace lead residue coat the zirconia element, slowing its response. When that happens, the ECU trims fuel too late. Drivability suffers, emissions spike, and the catalytic converter overheats or fuel soaks. I once had a customer fail emissions twice with no codes. The upstream O2 sensor was simply responding too slowly. Replace it, and it passed immediately. Oxygen sensors are among the most common reasons for emissions failure. A new one costs $200 to $500. A ruined converter, $1,000 to $3,000. Ignoring this sensor turns fuel into heat, and heat into expensive repairs. But before exhaust gases ever reach that sensor, the engine first has to measure the air going in. Sensor 5. The delicate one nobody cleans. This is the most neglected sensor in the engine bay, and it's behind a huge share of fuel trim problems. The mass airflow sensor sits in the intake and uses a heated wire to measure airflow. The ECU calculates fuel delivery from that signal, so accuracy matters. But dust, oil mist, pollution, and especially residue from oiled filters insulate the wire and distort the reading. This leads to rough idle, hesitation, poor MPG, lean-rich codes, and even stalling. I've seen countless drivers replace coils, injectors, or pumps when the real fix was cleaning the MAF carefully with the correct cleaner. About 40% of fuel trim faults trace back to dirty MAF sensors, not failed ones. A replacement costs $250 to $700. Cleaning costs minutes. But do not touch the wire with anything. Left dirty, the ECU keeps trying to correct bad data, and eventually cooks the catalytic converter from chronic fueling errors. But wait, if you're getting value from this breakdown, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. Most people don't realize how many mystery problems come from dirty sensors, and this channel is all about saving real drivers from wasting real money. Sensor 6. The load calculator. When the vacuum passage to the MAP sensor clogs, the ECU thinks you're flooring it and starts dumping fuel like a broken fire hose. The MAP sensor measures intake pressure so the ECU can calculate engine load. On many engines, it replaces the MAF entirely. But oil vapor, carbon buildup, cracked vacuum hoses, or loose fittings contaminate or restrict the passage, and the reading goes crazy. The ECU now believes the engine is under heavy load, so it enriches the mixture. You'll see black smoke, poor idle, terrible MPG, and a strong fuel smell. I once had a V6 SUV roll in looking like a coal train. The MAP port was completely plugged. Cleaning it fixed the problem instantly. Around 80% of MAP-related issues trace back to dirty ports and hoses, not failed sensors. Ignore it, and fuel-soaked catalytic converters will follow, along with a big repair bill. And none of that matters if the engine computer loses track of where the crankshaft actually is. Sensor 7. The engine's eyes. When this sensor can't see the crank teeth clearly, the engine goes blind, sometimes at highway speeds. The crankshaft position sensor sits near the crank pulley or flywheel and reads a toothed trigger wheel. Without it, the ECU has no idea when to fire the spark or inject fuel. Oil leaks, metal shavings, and road grime can coat the sensor and block the signal. This causes long cranking, random misfires, hot stalling, or sudden engine shutdown, which can be terrifying in traffic. I've had multiple dead fuel pump toe-ins fixed by wiping metal fuzz off the crank sensor. It's one of the most common causes of a sudden shutdown. Replacements usually cost $150 to $400. But continuing to drive with misfires can cause catalytic converters to overheat, and cost $1,000 to $3,000. When the engine loses its eyes, it doesn't limp, it panics. And the crank sensor's partner in crime? The camshaft sensor. Sensor 8, the timing maestro. When this sensor weakens, the ECU loses track of valve timing, and your smooth engine suddenly turns clumsy and confused. Mounted on the head or timing cover, the camshaft sensor tells the ECU which stroke each cylinder is on. That allows sequential injection and precise variable valve timing. But oil sludge, leaking seals, and dirty timing components contaminate the pickup and weaken the signal. The ECU then drops into backup mode. You'll feel rough idle, hesitation at 2,000 to 3,000 RPM, poor fuel economy, and hard, cold starts. I once saw a driver replace ignition coils and a throttle motor chasing misfires. The real issue was sludge blocking the cam sensor signal. A new sensor costs $150 to $350. A damaged VVT system? $800 to $2,000. When the conductor loses the rhythm, the whole orchestra stumbles. But sometimes the problem isn't timing. It's the sensor that listens to your right foot. Sensor 9, the pedal translator. When the throttle position sensor wears out or gets contaminated, the engine stops listening to your right foot, right when you need power. Bolted to the throttle body shaft, the TPS works like a precision volume knob, sending a smooth 0.5 to 4.5 volt sweep to the ECU. Heat, moisture, and carbon dust wear the resistive track inside, creating dead spots and noisy signals. This causes jerking at steady speed, hesitation, flat throttle response, and sometimes stalling. I once graphed a TPS signal that looked like a heart monitor. Every dropout matched the driver's complaint. Replacements cost $120 to $350, and throttle body contamination often exacerbates the symptoms. Ignoring TPS faults can also confuse the transmission, since throttle data controls shift strategy. When the translator glitches, the conversation between you and the engine breaks down fast, and fuel won't burn right unless the ECU also knows how hot or cold the incoming air is. Sensor 10, the silent trimmer. Most drivers don't even know this sensor exists. Yet when it gets dirty, it quietly steals power and fuel economy every single day. The IAT sits in the intake duct or manifold and measures the incoming air temperature so the ECU can adjust fueling based on density. Oil mist, dust, and residue from oiled filters coat the thermistor, skewing the reading. Wrong temperature means wrong fueling. Trims can drift 3 to 10% without triggering a warning light. Engines then feel dull and thirsty. In hot climates, I've cleaned IATs, and drivers swear the car instantly feels lighter. These sensors are cheap at $80 to $200 but are rarely inspected. Contamination makes them lie slowly, and lies cost fuel. And none of this matters if the car doesn't know how fast it's actually moving. Sensor 11, the shifting whisperer. When this sensor gets dirty, your transmission starts guessing, and it rarely guesses right. Mounted on the transmission or differential, the VSS reads output shaft speed and sends pulses to the ECU. That controls shifting, cruise control, ABS tuning, stability systems, and the speedometer. But metal dust, sludge, and road grime coat the magnetic tip, distorting the signal. Shifts become harsh or delayed, cruise control drops out, the speedometer jumps, and transmissions get misdiagnosed as failing. I once fixed a brutally shifting minivan simply by cleaning metal fuzz off the VSS magnet. Replacements run $120 to $300. Far cheaper than a transmission overhaul caused by bad data. But some sensors don't protect the car. They just lie about how much fuel you have left. Sensor 12. The liar in the tank. Car stalls with a quarter tank showing, this is the sensor that lied. And it does it a lot when dirty. Inside the fuel tank, a float sweeps across a resistive strip to tell the gauge how much fuel remains. Over time, varnish, oxidation, and sediment coat the strip and contacts, causing sticking, jumping readings, or wildly inaccurate gauges. I've opened modules where the track was polished shiny from years of movement. Sometimes careful cleaning restores it. Other times, the module must be replaced, usually at a cost of $300 to $900. A bad level sensor won't kill the engine, but it will leave you stranded and can starve the fuel pump when the tank runs low. When this sensor lies, drivers lose trust in their car, and that matters. But what if the real problem isn't any sensor, but the nervous system connecting them all? Sensor 13, the hidden villain behind ghost faults. Sometimes the sensor isn't bad. The engine isn't bad. The wiring is. Harnesses, connectors, grounds, and terminals live in a brutal world of heat, moisture, vibration, and chemicals. Corrosion, loose grounds, and worn contacts can create intermittent signals that mimic sensor failure. I've fixed more bad sensors by cleaning grounds than replacing parts. Cleaning usually costs nothing. Guessing costs hundreds. Dirty doesn't always mean broken, and guessing is always more expensive than diagnosing. So clean first, test second, and replace last. If this video helped you understand your car better, subscribe for more no-nonsense mechanic advice. Share it with someone who works on their own car, and drop a comment with the sensor that surprised you most. And don't forget to watch our next video on hidden sensors that are slowly killing your fuel economy.